Drew's latest actions in Port Charles have sent shockwaves through every branch of Alexis's family tree, transforming a simmering conflict into a battle that could spiral far beyond courtrooms and custody petitions. For months, Alexis had been trying to maintain a fragile truce with the man who now wields both political influence and a troubling disregard for the emotional fallout of his decisions. That truce shattered on August 13, when Drew not only undermined Sam's memory but also severed the most important connections in Scout's life. His dismissive comments about Sam's wishes were more than just cruel. They were calculated, almost as if erasing her influence would grant him sole authorship over Scout's future. In Drew's mind, Danny's behavior signaled trouble, but his solution, cutting Danny, Alexis, Christina, and Molly entirely out of Scout's world, was an extreme measure that spoke less of concern and more of control. The ban landed like a sledgehammer, not only stripping Scout of her maternal family but also publicly humiliating Alexis, who has long fought to protect her children from the collateral damage of powerful men's vendettas. That humiliation has hardened into resolve. Once, Alexis considered a custody claim simply because Drew's congressional duties in Washington would keep him away from Port Charles for extended stretches. Now, with the ban in place, it has become an urgent mission, not just to see Scout, but to protect her from a father whose judgment seems increasingly clouded by ambition and resentment. Yet Drew's position makes him an immovable obstacle. In the eyes of the law, he is Scout's sole surviving parent, with the means to bury legal challenges before they begin. For Alexis, the normal channels are closing fast. And when every lawful avenue is blocked, other options begin to glimmer in the periphery, options that lead down darker paths. Among Alexis's most unusual possessions is an artifact that ties her to a legacy of violence and secrets, the dagger once belonging to Helena Cassadine. Gifted, or perhaps cursed, into her hands by Jen Sidwell, who recovered it from the haunted corridors of Windermere, the weapon has a history steeped in personal tragedy. It was the instrument of her mother's murder, a relic that carries not just the weight of blood but the shadow of everything Helena represented: cunning, vengeance, and absolute resolve. In recent months, the show has lingered on that dagger, as if daring the audience to imagine the scenarios in which it might resurface. The narrative breadcrumbs suggest it is not meant to gather dust in a drawer. Whether Alexis ever truly intends to wield it or simply contemplates the possibility, the fact remains: its presence in her life mirrors the shift in her own temperament. The rational strategist who once fought her battles with sharp arguments now finds herself cornered by a man who seems untouchable through reason or law. It's easy to picture her alone in her home, holding the dagger's hilt, its weight an echo of the decisions she once swore she'd never make. But in Port Charles, intentions can be as dangerous as actions. Even if Alexis never raises the blade, the idea of it, whispered in the right ears, could become a weapon in its own right. That opens the door to another possibility: framing. Drew has made enough enemies to fill a roster of suspects, and in the hands of someone seeking both his downfall and Alexis's destruction, the dagger is a perfect tool. A single planted fingerprint, a drop of blood, and the narrative could shift overnight, turning Alexis from would-be avenger to prime suspect. For now, Drew continues to move through Port Charles as though his status shields him from meaningful consequences. But in this city, the combination of unchecked arrogance and mounting adversaries is a dangerous mix. Whether the next threat to him comes from Alexis's hand, a shadowy figure with their own vendetta, or the intricate web of grudges he has ignored for too long, one truth is certain: he is no longer just a politician or a father. He is a man standing on a shrinking island, surrounded by people who have nothing left to lose. And in Port Charles, that's when the most dangerous moves are made.